Well, you know, I work at Relationships Australia, and several of the services in the southern area of Adelaide were concerned that how do we get our services out to the Indigenous population? Particularly in the south, it's a very hidden population, where in the west and the north, you know, the people are quite open about, there's a lot of Aboriginal people there, but there are a lot in the south as well, but somehow they're hidden away and they're not using the services that are being offered. So we actually organised a forum about 18 months ago now, I think it was, and invited all services to come along, and we called it Joining Hands and Minds. And so that was about how can we connect with the Aboriginal community. We invited the Aboriginal workers that were in the south and also some of the community. There weren't a lot turned up. The workers turned up, but not many of the community people. But it was a really positive forum. It was an open space forum, which I don't know whether anybody knows about open space, but there's no agenda. So everybody comes in with an idea and you deal with whatever comes up. So there's absolutely no agenda. And so there are lots of different ideas, but I suppose to cut a long story short, it was really clear from the Aboriginal workers that there is no way that we can provide services to Indigenous communities unless we connect with them. And so it was, well, how are we going to connect? And then they said, well, look, I think we should connect on a social basis. It's no use just going in and talking about your service. We need to get to know each other so we can build that level of trust. So what's been happening from then, every 6 weeks we have a lunch, and it's called Joining Hands and Minds. And we generally go to the Old Noongar Park, and usually somewhere of Aboriginal significance, and the workers and some of the community come along. So it's a shared lunch, everybody brings a plate. Sometimes when there's special occasions, then we'll get some money together and provide a barbecue or something. We've also been going to significant places of that Aboriginals have that we have most of us have no idea, like the Matricky track. So there's a track and there's a story at all these different spots. So we're meeting at the different spots and we're hearing the stories. And it's just been amazing. At the moment, I mean, we're still not sort of providing many services, but we've really connected with the Indigenous community. And so there's lots of relationships that have been built, and in the long term then I think that's only going to improve. But it was a great forum. We had over 60 people turn up, which shows that there are a lot of people concerned about Indigenous issues. So that's my story.
Thanks.